Pashaoleen.
In this final lesson, we'll consider Mansi names, the past tense, 2 new cases, and then the passive declension. Let's update our vocabulary with some new verbs. Kantonkve, to be angry. Juuntonkve, to sue. Pinonkve, to put. Ulas, chair. Pasan, table. Huinema, bed. Isnas, window. Ani, cup. Iskap, cabinet. Cupboard. Tiu, to here. To there. By the way, I recommend that you read literature in the Mansi language. The best choice for beginners is the newspaper Luima Seripos. It is written in the pretty simple language, and I think it is a good way to learn the Mansi language.
In the old Mansi language, there were long names and name callings. This tradition can be found in the old Mansi tales. For example, Eko Pirish, the boy of the aunt, or his another name, Mirsus Nahum, man watching the world.
You can also choose a name, but previously accorded with Mansi. For example, in Mansi I can be called Shaklin Punkupoika, the curly man. The homework: come up with your own Mansi name and write it in the comments. Now let's consider the past tense.
Am jemtsum. Nan jemtsen. Tau jemtes. Men jemtus men. Nen jemtsin. Ten jemtsi. Man jemtsu. Nan jemtsin. Tan jemtset.
As far as the paradigm is the same as in the present tense, let's look at the object declension as to the objects in the singular number.
Am juntaslum. Яшил это. Nan juntaslan. Tau juntaste. Men juntaslamen. Nen juntaslin. Ten juntasten. Man juntaslu. Nan juntaslin. Tan juntsanel.
In the dual number,
Am junsarum. Nan junsarin. Tau junsaje. Men junsagmen. Nen junsagin. Ten junsagen. Man junsaru. Nan junsagin. Tan junsagano.
the plural number,
Am junsanum. Nan junsanin. Tau junsane. Men junsan men. Nen junsanin. Ten junsanen. Man junsano. Nan junsanin. Tan junsanano.
Now let's consider the last 2 cases, dative and instrumentalis. Dative is the one of the most confusing cases of the Mansi language. It answers the questions where, in which direction, and is expressed by the suffixes n or na. For example, per contare telan, let the kid inside the house. Also we can use the words kivran, to inside, palan, and nupal, in the direction. They are almost equivalents. If you want to say on the surface, we should say tarmal, and as a rule, they say exactly like that.
Pasan tarmal pinunkve, to put on the table.
Now let's look at one important verb, erunkve, to have to, or it may be translated as must. It is mostly used in the singular number of the third person. Eri, have to, has to, must, or eras, had to. How to say, I have to do something?
For the formation of pronouns in case forms, it is necessary to take the accusative form and add the case suffix to it.
Am. Anum. Anumna.
So, if we want to say I have to, we should say anumna eri. He has to, tavien eri, etc. You may have noticed that I didn't say what the Mansi word is for sorry. Why? They simply don't have such word and never had. But still the expression for apologize is present, and if you see that a person is angry with you, then you can say am nu plamu kantlien. Don't be angry with me. Instrumentalis is used to mark a tool and uses suffix til. Tau pun kietal nomsi. He thinks with his head. And now let's just take a look at the passive voice. It is very common in the Mansi language, but in the introductory course we'll consider it only for information. It is using if something has become the object of some action. For example, the chair is being done. Ulos varavia. This via is that very passive. But if we want to say the chairs are being done, we have to say ulosat varavia. If we want to say chair is done or chairs are done, we have to say ulos varavias, ulosat varaviesat.
So, to make you more interested in the learning of Mansi language, I will give you some examples with passive, used with lative and instrumentalis. These examples will contain some words we didn't learn, but they won't be interesting for us.
So, the first example, sentence from the Luima Seripos newspaper. Kāsam škola tēnot paetne kolot savs rērne uto jot viesat. In each school, everything is needed in the canteens is purchased. Here is what we are to focus on. Kolet uto jot viesat. The word ut, that can be translated as thing or belongings, is used in instrumentalis. The next example. Lēsan pataglam sovrum oksan taivies. My bunny catched with a loop was eaten by a fox. Here we see the word for fox stays in lative, so literally this phrase can be translated as the bunny was eaten to fox. But we can say the chair is made by me, ulos anum novaravies. You can't say so. You can only say am ulos varsum.
Pasha, nang tehoto johteinta. Pasha, takia johtokueto pashaani on maisho manoma tarti tien. Tenkit koimuntia jen. Amos njohteu. Akma teen nangon tarti tientak. Anosa tarti teen. Hoidetaan minun kojärmi mien. Nan hoidetaan johteinta, joto minimientä. Suolen museon hoidetaan mienen tarti ja jientä. Et korvaus uloset. Nämä uloset oikein ontasanen. Nämä maanreet uloset kaikki on tasain. Atualu. Taas on tuon toki. Manner. Attupa torrentuu mannerna puolessa niskaat on jäin.
My friends, thank you very much for watching this course. It is not the whole Mansi language. The Mansi language doesn't end here. It is much more complex and confusing. And what you saw is an introductory course. If you like this video course, you may thank me not only by subscribing or like, but also financially. It also depends on your donations whether such video courses will come out again. Thank you very much and see you.
Osio